For the people. My gym is up the block. If you stay and fuck something up shit, let's go to the gym and spar whenever. Tonight, now, whatever.
It's been 3 months since my surgery.
That's what I said. Wait till you get healthy. Wait till you get
healthy. I can smack him up right now.
No, that's not happening. That's not happening. But I said, that's not happening. But like I said, if you want to fight, we can do it.
Well, I guess Gary Russell Jr. is at it again. Hurt shoulder and all. Man, y'all, I'm sorry. If I'm Chris Colbert, we might have had to throw some hands right there to them. Little brother in the back behind him and all, man. How you gonna tell that man? He said it a couple times. Like the last time, dude kind of just, he said what he said in response, but if you listen, he said it like 2 or 3 times that he'll smack him. Yo, I'm sorry, man. Gary Russell a little menace. Gary Russell Jr. is a little menace. And if he a menace, his little big brother is a terror. Cause I ain't gonna front, man. As far as I'm concerned right now, his little brother might be the best at 140, in my opinion. I ain't even gonna front. He reminds me Gary Antoine. I think that's Gary Antoine. He reminds me of Sean Porter, except he can punch. He reminds me of Sean Porter, but he's more accurate. Sean Porter just be swinging. This dude he's much more accurate, much more precise, and he stay coming forward, stay putting pressure on you, stay going to the body. Matter of fact, I know a lot of people gonna trip off this. He kind of reminds me of a combination of Porter and Spence. I don't see him using the jab like Spence, but he put that kind of pressure on you. He don't stop throwing punches. He really does remind me of a young Sean Porter, as far as his energy and how he pressed people. But he got a little error with him too, because Sean sloppy with it. Sean just be flailing and swinging. That dude rough, man. That dude rough. But back to Gary. I think that's Gary Allen, Gary Jr. Man, I'll tell you, that dude. He was talking about Ryan Garcia this weekend. Matter of fact, he did another fight hype interview. I'm gonna play a little bit of that in a second. But he's definitely, if Ryan Garcia is the king of cap, I don't know what Gary, he the emperor of it then, because this dude, like, he stay talking smack. But I really do got a feeling he will, I really believe he'll punch somebody in the mouth. Remember what he did to Leo Santa Cruz? Matter of fact, let's take a trip down memory lane and look at what he did to Leo Santa Cruz.
Man, y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. Check this out. Y'all already know how bad I've been on Leo Santa Cruz, right? The managers, the promoters, they just won't let me get an arm's reach of this motherfucker. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah.
Hey, Lake.
Yeah, I like them.
Like this?
I like all them. I like, you see the chains? I like them. Stop ducking me. Stop ducking me. Come see me. I want you. I want you. I'm in arm's reach. I can touch him. I can put my hands on him, Leo.
Morales?
I can put my hands on him. So if you want some smoke, I'm not playing no games with nothing moving. Don't think y'all can pop up and run around and hide and disappear. Stop acting like a sucker and come see me before I go get your father. I already put my hands on him. I could have put him in the air for real if I wanted to. Stop playing with me, shorty. Grow some nuts, grow some kahunas, however you want to call it. Come see me, man.
But yeah, that was one of the creepiest things I ever seen. And look, and Leo Santa Cruz dad, from what I understand, don't speak English, but he got that "let me get the heck up out of here" vibe and shot on up out of there when Gary started talking smack. He knew he knew something was going on. and he got on up out of there. Man, I'm telling you, Gary Russell ain't that dude to play with. Like, when he said he'll hit you, according to the rumors, that's what happened with him and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford, him and Terrence was having words, and he popped him. Now, Terrence said he stole on him. Okay. I mean, that's basically what he said he'll do. He ain't with all the talking. You know, you want to sit there and run your mouth, he'll just hit you in it. Basically, that's what he was telling Chris Colbert. You know, forget all the talking. Yeah, I hear you. We can fight with my shoulder. Forget my shoulder. I can smack you with it right now. That's what he was telling him. But anyway, I said I was going to play a little bit more of another interview he did after the fact, so let's go into that.
All right, Gary. Man, we've been talking about your brother a lot, but we got to talk about you and Chris Colbert, man. That was pretty crazy. What kind of happened? Like, what kind of initially started it off? Was it you talking to him? Did he come up to you? What kind of happened?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Motherfucker always want to step in quicksand for some reason. I don't know, man, what to call it, man.
Is that a fight that you want next, man?
I mean,
or are you angling? Well, provided
first
that you
of
get past the
all,
shoulder.
like I say, I'm 3 months out of my shoulder surgery. I'm not even sure if my arm will be back 100% for me to compete in which the way that I want to compete.
You mean like going forward?
Yeah, just going forward. But for Chris Colbert to walk up and act like he's a motherfucker, shawty, stop playing with me. He had the nerve to walk up with them little tight green shorts on, like a little leprechaun. You know what I'm saying? Got fat butt poking out like a female, shawty, like little tight shorts. And then you talking about you want to fight me, shawty. You got your ass beat your last fight. You almost got your ass cremated your last fight, shawty. Stop playing. You looking fat. You out of shape. You can step the camera back and see I stay blocked up. I stay blocked up. Fresh out of surgery and everything. Just like I told him, man, like, maybe he's just trying to talk himself into some money. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to competing against me.
But, I mean, that would be a pretty big fight, though. Would you be cool moving up to 130 to fight him? Or is he somebody that's just like, I'm not really paying attention to him?
For real, just like I told him, my shoulder, I'm 3 months out of my shoulder. It's good enough to smack a motherfucker right now.
But yeah, like I said, man, Gary Russell Jr., I don't know if you can beat him in the ring or not. And who knows, maybe you'll whoop him in a street fight if a fight was to break out, you know, when y'all face to face like that. But I really believe him when he say he'll smack him. I really believe he'll put hands on Chris Colbert, especially with his brother right there. I mean, his brother look like he ready to back clean up anyway. You lead off and and get on base, and I hit the whole run and bring you in, you know. But Gary's something else, man. Like I said, he spoke on it in the interview. I'm not gonna play no more, but he spoke on it in the interview how he called out Terrence Crawford, how he said he was willing to move up to 147. I don't think he was playing. He called out Devin Haney. They brought up a 1.5 million. He said, I'll take that 1.5. I think they were offering it to Ryan Garcia or somebody. Whoever it was, he was like, I'll take it. Make me the offer. And they, both of them was going on a bunch of different platforms, negotiating it out that way. It never came to fruition. He called out Tank Davis, called out Ryan Garcia, called out Shakur Stevenson. I'll be honest with you. Shakur was quiet as a church mouse from what I saw when Gary Russell was calling him out. Called out Leo Santa Cruz. I mean, what you want to say? I mean, like, what can? I mean, he really did. He was calling out all of these dudes, and most of them didn't respond. Tank Davis eventually said something after a while because he kept riding them. Devin responded. I never heard Ryan Garcia really speak on him, but the person he called out Lomachenko, but that's the person. If I was him, I would really want to get in the ring with. But like he said, right now, he got to get healed up. At the end of the interview, he basically say, you know, you will see me in about a year. That's when I'll be about ready to fight. So all this other, that's why I said forget about getting in the ring and fighting. I'll just slap you. You know. So it is what it is. But that's pretty much all I got. This Head Busting Boxing's old Fight Doctor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, support the channel. Hit me up in the comment section, most definitely, and let me know what you think. Do you believe Gary Russell will put hands on dude? I think he would. Brother or no brother standing behind him, I think he really would if Chris Colbert. Like Chris chose his words kind of carefully when Gary was right there in front of his face. And shout out to Fight Hype. Go watch the whole interview and you will see what I'm saying. His energy level wasn't exactly matching Gary's, in my opinion. Yeah, he waited till Gary walked off to start really popping off. But it is what it is. Like I said, go check out the interview. This Head Busting Box is on Fight Doctor. I am out.